welcome back in. This is Lowcountry Money Talk. We have one final segment for you. We're going to talk more about retirement and some of the things that are costing you money during retirement. We've covered a lot of information, and one of the things we've really talked about with Phil today is the rising costs of food and gas, and of course covered inflation. We've covered some of how the IRS and healthcare costs can really chip away at that dollar. Phil, thanks for returning with us. We need some more answers.
Okay, I've got them.
Let's talk a little bit more about, one more thing that can really chip away at that dollar and what it's worth is taxes. And people, of course, may think that they're going to pay less in retirement. I feel like we're learning that's not true.
Yes. Most people did, in the early days think that. And we were told, hey, go ahead and defer those taxes till later. And when you're in retirement, you'll be in a lower bracket. Mm-hmm. Well, the brackets have changed over time. And something else changed. In the 80s, Social Security started becoming taxable. So, we get into the battle of different political parties, but both share, because Ron Reagan started the taxation on Social Security and Bill Clinton increased it to the level it's at today. So up to 85% of your Social Security may be taxable, depending on your provisional income.
And that's a large amount. If you're talking about all of these other things that have already taken away from that value of that dollar, here's just one more thing to be concerned with. In
another bite.
Another bite.
So we started with one, and then we had to pay our income taxes. Then we had our inflation. Then we have to plan for our health costs in retirement. And now we find out, guess what? Our Social Security can be taxable.
So that dollar that was sitting on our counter or in our bank account suddenly is looking like pennies in a dish. And that can be really frightening for people who are in retirement, entering retirement, and just trying to plan for what to do.
Yeah.
So, given all these factors and all of these things that we've talked about, I don't know if our viewers, some of them, of course, have made these considerations. A lot of them, though, maybe haven't and aren't sure how to deal with this. So if this is you and you're watching and you're concerned with how maybe some of these things might be affecting your expenses, what should we do, Phil, to reach out and get some information?
Well, Jessa, we've been over a lot today, and it's a lot to digest. And some people may already know this or think they know it. When people come in, I always ask them, hey, bring me everything you have so I can look it over. The more that you bring me, the more I'll be able to tell you. So I always like to look at their tax return. I like to look at their financial statements, not just their spreadsheet, but their actual statements, because there's a lot I can find there. Mm-hmm. But if you want me to do a good job for you, you have to bring me and show me everything. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that way I can do an in-depth analysis. But on that Social Security, by looking at that income tax return, I can determine whether you can lower the taxation on your Social Security or not. You may not be able to. Okay. But I will be able to tell you. If you don't bring it, I wouldn't know. But the thing that really eats people up about that Social Security is they figure, hey, it was already kind of like a tax that came out of my check.
Right. Didn't we already pay those taxes?
Probably I could have made more if I would have invested that myself. That's the other thing they think. But the thing they have to realize is once their Social Security is taxable, it's taxed at their highest income tax rate. So if we can lower that, it'd be a good thing. So what I would do is I would advise people, hey, you can see our address and phone number and website all over the place here. Contact us. Rachel will get back with you. Come in for that analysis, and let's take a look and see, hey, is there anything we can do?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of factors here really cutting into, our income during retirement, and there's just a lot of expenses as we're learning here today. So if you want to learn how those are affecting you, a little bit of homework, make a phone call, gather your things, they'll help you out. I appreciate it, Phil Boyd. It's been a pleasure learning from you today, chatting with you, and of course, we'll have you back. So thanks so much.
Thanks, Jessa. Have a great day.
You're watching Lowcountry Money Talk. That's it for us today. We will see you next time.